Hi, I'm Dr. Jillian Camwell with your weekly challenge. This week we are talking about tonguing, specifically the speed of our tongue. I get asked all the time, how do I increase my tongue speed? Well, this exercise is a great warm up that you can use daily to increase the speed of your tongue. Any wind player can play this exercise, but I am going to speak a little bit to the technique of tonguing on the oboe. So keep that in mind. Now, on the oboe, we have the ability to play super short. We also have the ability to play double tonguing or single tonguing. We are going to focus on the single tongue. And instead of thinking really short notes, we want to think about how fast our tongue can move to get out of the way of our airstream. So, our tongue is a muscle, and we need to train it just like any other muscle in our body. When we set our metronome to a steady pulse, we want to start with a pulse that we can confidently play 16th notes in a scale for a long, long time. We're only going to play one octave of a scale up and down. I like playing to the ninth degree of the scale. So if I'm playing an F major, we're going to go up to G and then come back down. It just gives some nice symmetry to the scale. That's all. And I'm not aiming to play short at all. I am playing, my tongue is moving quite fast to, again, get out of the way of the air, like a valve does with a constant airflow. So lots of support, one steady airstream, and we are simply placing the notes on top of that airstream. Okay, next thing we want to think about is how much reed is in our mouth. For the oboe, in a typical North American style of oboe playing, we play with very little reed in our mouth, and our tongue does touch the tip of our reed. As for you band directors out there that might not know exactly how our oboists tongue on the oboe. So yes, the tongue tip touches the tip of the reed, tip of the tongue, tip of the reed, and one steady airstream releasing the notes. So this is what that exercise sounds like. After I've played the F major scale at one tempo, I'm going to increase that speed gradually, getting faster and faster and faster until I've reached my maximum. Now, here's the most important part of this exercise. When you get to your maximum tempo, your tongue might start feeling a little out of control and not as steady, able to maintain a steady 16th note pulse all day. So we really need to gain control again and control the spasm that's happening in that muscle in our mouth and decrease the tempo by a couple clicks at a time until you're in a more manageable tempo. Let's hear what that sounds like. So I've increased my tempo, and then at the very end, I decreased it a couple of clicks until my tongue felt fresh again, ready to go. And I'm going to take note of where I started, what my starting tempo was for the day, and where I ended up at the end of the day. And each day, you might see a little increase. Now, because our tongue is a muscle, we have sluggish days. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep the night before. Maybe your eating habits have been poor. So you might notice that you're not as fast every day as your absolute maximum. And that's a very normal thing. But you should, over time, see an overall growth of your tongue speed if you follow this on a daily basis. I hope to see you next week and tell me how fast you got to on your articulation this week. Have fun with this, and I'll see you next time.